Joining me now from Toronto is Maurizio Bevilacqua, the mayor of Vaughan, who used to know Ottawa very well, and in Yellowknife, Mayor Gordon Van Tighem, the excellent mayor of Yellowknife. Thanks to both of you, your worships, I like to say that.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Mayor Bevilacqua. Today, the Conservative Party released their platform. The Liberal Party released their platform last week, and the NDP will have their platform released on the weekend. The key question here is for cities. What are the parties saying so far in terms of concrete solutions for cities that you are looking closely at, Mayor Bevilacqua?
Well, I think for a city like Vaughan, we're looking at public transit, infrastructure. We're a growing population. 20 years ago, when the city was created, we only had a population of 100,000 people. Today, it's approximately 300,000, and we're going to grow into a 400,000 person city. So for us, traffic gridlock, infrastructure investment is extremely important, as will in the future also the issue of affordable housing. So we're looking to see what the leaders will have to say in the coming days on these particular issues related, for example, to the gas tax transfer, which is extremely important to municipalities. But I'm also looking for which leader will provide the best case for understanding the real importance the city have in the new global economy. We are indeed the engines of the Canadian economy, and we'd like to hear more from them as to what exactly they want to do to bring about the type of changes cities require from the federal government.
So let me just pick up some of those specifically around some rural areas. But Mayor Van Tighem, I just want to read to our viewers this statement from the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. They say 40% of federal investments, 40% of investments in municipalities are set to expire. But 2 weeks into this federal election, no party has a concrete plan to meet the growing challenges. What are the challenges in Yellowknife? Are these being met by the parties right now?
Now, this is very significant for the North and for cities like Yellowknife. We've benefited over the last couple of decades for some great infrastructure contribution, and as mentioned, a lot of it has a best before date, which we're getting to very quickly, and there has been discussion. Two of the parties, the Liberal and the Conservative Party, have mentioned that they're looking at the long-term contribution to infrastructure funding. But the devil's in the detail, and we'll be waiting over the next couple of weeks to see what specifically comes out of those statements. The one thing that we're really hoping to hear is that any funding that comes will be on a base amount plus a per capita, because the smaller jurisdictions like the Northern Territories and Prince Edward Island are severely handicapped if we go on a per capita basis only.
Mayor Van Tighem, I just wonder if an issue like the long gun registry, does that overshadow, specifically around rural communities, the deeper issues that you need to be talked about in this election campaign?
Long gun strategy has been a bit of a bellwether. There was a vote a few years back, and the local member of parliament voted against it and wasn't re-elected. We're all waiting to see what happens in this next election, because the Yukon member voted against getting rid of the long gun registry. The other two voted in favor of it, so that'll be a true indicator of the passion that's felt, and it has been a significant area of discussion and very strong feelings.
Mayor Bevilacqua, the Conservatives have been looking, in particular, although all parties, but they've in particular been looking to gain seats in the GTA, specifically a riding like yours. The Prime Minister, or Stephen Harper, was in Vaughan with candidate Julian Fantino yesterday. What do you make of the attention you're getting there? Are there particular issues that you have to drill into Stephen Harper and all the parties to come through for Vaughan and other cities like Vaughan?
Well, infrastructure is extremely important. You can't build a very productive or efficient society that creates jobs, high value-added jobs, without the proper infrastructure. If you want to have a standard of living and quality of life that I think Canadians justly deserve, infrastructure should not be an afterthought, but rather should be part and parcel of the centerpiece of any campaign platform. So the Conservative Party in the past has invested, as the Liberals have, for example, in the subway in my city, which is going to create an anchor for our downtown core. That's wise investment. They've recently invested in helping us to create bio-life sciences cluster in the city. That's wise investment. But infrastructure, as I said earlier, cannot be an afterthought. It has to be a focal point of any successful campaign strategy that will bring the type of jobs that Canadians need, that will bring the quality of life.
But how do you do that? I mean, the Conservatives talked about enshrining the gas tax, but that was essentially already done. That was money cities already and municipalities already expected. And let's get some specific. If you each could put something specific on the table that you want to hear. Let me start with Mayor Bevilacqua first. What would you want to hear very specifically?
Specifically in my city, I would like to see the extension of both subway lines. That's something that is very specific and required. And also any investment that they can make, even a tripartite agreement between the municipalities, provincial government, and federal government to ease the gridlock that exists in areas like mine, where there is incredible employment growth and population growth. These are key issues for my city.